Hey, I'm Shane Hamby, your instructor for TurfGas 220 here at CVCC, and this is going to be our preliminary video to see hopefully that things go right. Uh, but we're going to go over today just some basic stuff that you guys already done. Just to see if the video stuff works, and uh, just to get you familiar with the stuff that you've done. So it's just going to be some area stuff real quick, some formulas. We'll work some of the problems that you did on the worksheet or whatnot. And I think it should just be better so you can see exactly how math is done, or math is done in turf, I should say. So we'll start with area and just the basic formulas. So area of a rectangle, and I'm hoping that everybody knows that's length times width. Sometimes you'll see it written just LW. Um, there's area of a circle, and these are the two common ones that people know: is area of a rectangle, area of a circle. Area of a circle is pi r squared. Pi for this class, I know some of the scientific calculators have the pi symbol, but we're going to put in 3.14, and that's what we'll use for our number. So pi r squared. R is the radius of the circle, squared. So rectangle, circle. The circle is pi, or for our purposes, 3.14 radius squared. Then we have the area of the trapezoid. And a lot of these shapes, guys, like are equatable to what you'll meet or encounter like in your turf grass, in your home lawns, stuff like that. A golf green is probably going to be circle or oval. Tee will be oval or a square. Some approaches will be triangle, fairways, trapezoid, et cetera, et cetera. So it's good to know these formulas. So trapezoid is A plus B divided by 2 times the height. So A plus B divided by 2 times the height. And that's for a trapezoid. And we'll go into the figures here in a little bit. Make sure that you guys are familiar with the shapes. The next one is a triangle. And triangle is pretty simple. It's base and height, or base times height divided by 2. Base times height divided by 2. And then the last one is an oval. And this is just the simplest way to do it. If you get online, look, there's a ton of different stuff. I'll show you how to do an oval, but for our purposes in turf grass, we're going to do an oval like this. So an oval is as simple as length times width. So just like a rectangle. You're going to times that by 0.8. Very simple. Length times width times 0.8. And hopefully we're familiar with like order of operation. And by that what I mean is length times width, so get your answer. And then your parentheses. Do what's in the parentheses first, and then you would times it by the answer you got for length times width. So we'll do some examples. We'll do a circle. Find the area of a circle. So just to make sure everybody's, never can tell, but everybody's familiar. So a circle with a radius of 13 feet. So the radius is just basically half, 13 feet. So to work that problem, it's pi r squared is the formula. And I want you guys, when you do these problems, to do the steps. I know it can get tedious and it gets boring, and people sometimes know the answer in the top of their head, and that's great. But doing the steps helps, not only helps you learn, but if you make a mistake, you can go back and see where you made that mistake at. So pi r squared, so 3.14. That's pi. So the formula, pi r squared for the area. And then times radius squared. So 3.14 times 13 squared. 3.14 times, do a calculator, I believe that's 3025. So the answer, that's your final step. So the answer is 94 or 9,498.5. 9,498.5. And for our class, round everything up, unless I tell you, round everything up to the highest decimal place. So in this case, it'd be 9,499 feet. Square feet. So I hope everybody gets these steps and see how the steps go. Like I know it's time consuming to do this, but trust me, it'll help you out. So we'll do a rectangle. I hope we all know a rectangle is just this. And the area for a rectangle, width times width. So we'll pull out a problem rectangle. We'll see length is 20. Well, we'll say the width or the length is 24 feet, 83 feet, 83 feet long, 24 feet in width. So to work this problem, write your formula, and 24. You guys can do however you want to do it, times, multiply 24 times 83. And the answer, I think, is 1992 square feet. It's important to put the square feet in there because we'll briefly go over volume, and that's cubic feet. So it's a little bit different, but square feet. And you guys, I don't mind if you do square feet like this. Feet squared, however you guys want to do it. We'll do a trapezoid. So a trapezoid is sort of odd shape. It's like an odd shaped rectangle. We'll just go down, make an angle, come up something like this. So a trapezoid. The area for a trapezoid is A plus B divided by 2. Times height. So we'll say the height of this for a problem is 45 feet. Is that right? 45 feet. And one side, which is A, another side B. You guys know that the sides are here and here. One side is 32 feet, and the other side was 59. So you put your formula, A plus B divided by 2 times height. So what's A plus B? 32 plus 59. Keep working it. So divided by height. 32 and 59. I think we get 91. 2 height. So 2 going to 91, 45. Let me get my calculator real quick. I think it's 45 or 45.5. 91 divided by 2 equals 45.5. And then there's your height. Then multiply those two numbers together. It's 2,047.5, and we'll round up to 2,048. We will do the triangle. Hopefully everybody knows the triangle. The area for that's base times height divided by 2. So BH divided by 2. So we'll say the height, and usually on a triangle, guys, height's just, it'll just look something like this at the apex. This is your base. So we'll say it has a base of 40 feet and a height of 60. So do the formula. Base times height, that's 60 times 40 divided by 2. Bring it down. 60 by 40. Let's see. Is 2,400. Divide that by 2, and it's 1,200 square feet. The last one we'll do is an oval. Ovals are super simple, rarely used, but we might do it in the case of like a golf green or a golf tee, like I said. Oval, think of an egg, anything like, sort of a misshapen circle. So we have an oval that has a length called the formula for an oval. Width times width of 0.08 times width times width by 0.08. So the width of this oval is 23 feet. And the height of the oval is 12 feet. So length times width, 23 times 12 times 0.8. So 23 times 12 is 276. Multiply by 0.8. You get 220.8, round up to the nearest number, whole number, 221 square feet. So I hope that helps a little bit with some of your formulas. Formulas, guys, are in the area, figuring out area, are going to come into play on when we start doing fertilizer calculations. I might have you do a whole thing with an oval for a golf green and then calculate how much fertilizer, how many bags fertilizer for 18 greens, something like that. Most of the time it'll be given for you, but early on, like our first quiz or something like the first real test, I might have you figure the entire thing, like the entire area out. There's also a method called the offset method to figure area. A lot of people do this for like sand bunkers. Mulch beds is another good one. So on the offset method, picture something real irregular, a real irregular oval, real irregular uh, circle, like a sand trap or a mulch bed. So something similar to this. So what you do in this is you determine the length of your line, and so or the length of the area that you're trying to figure out. So length would be long ways. I'm hoping that we all know. So determine this first, and you want to get sort of as close to the middle of whatever you're trying to measure as you can. You don't want to measure length up here and then, if it's offset, get in the middle and get from a good point to another good point. And we'll say that's point A. So let's say it is 60 feet long. 60 feet. So what you do is 60 feet, get a good number that'll divide into it. So 10. 10 will go into 6, relatively easy, or 60, relatively easy. So we know that's 6. So in the real world, you would put like survey flags, boom, 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 boom. So you know what you're measuring to. But here we're just going to draw 6 lines at 10 feet apart, right? One, I'd probably do 5 lines. 5 lines because you're starting, but you want 6 spaces that are 10 feet apart. So 1, 2, 5. So if it's 60 feet long, divided that by 10 to make an easy number, here's your space. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. These are 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet. 10 feet in between your flags, in between your spaces. So it's relatively easy to do this. This one's the easier one. We'll see how this video goes first, and then we'll do the modified offset method to do how you do a pond or a void or something like that, but this is very similar. So we'll say the length of this, we'll say this is line C, D, E, F, G. C, D, E, F, G. So the length of line C is 15 feet. D is 10. E is 15 feet. F is 25. And G is 20. So to get the area of this, it's pretty simplistic. You're going to add all the length of your measurements that you took. So 15, 10, 15, 25, 20. Add all those together. That's going to give 85 feet. And the key to this is knowing your distance in between. So our distance in between each of those lines is 10 feet. So we're going to multiply by 10, and that's going to give 850 square feet. And that would be the area of that bunker or your mulch bed or whatever. And that's a more precise, very precise way of getting measurements. And I want you guys to know that just, let's say if this was longer, let's say if it was 300 yards, right? 300 yards. If something's 300 yards long, I'm going to have a crap load of lines going down there. And this is going to be real tedious to do it. So you don't want to do 100-yard increments because that would be, you want a little bit better average than that. So let's say 300 divided by 50 equals 6. Where am I getting 50? Well, that's just an easy number. That's going to give me 6 lines to measure, which is going to give me a better average. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. Now this is 50 feet. So does everybody see where I'm getting the 50 and the 300? That's 100. That's 100. That's 100. Just makes it easier to get some lines so you get a better average. And then you would work the problem the same. We can do it with the same. We'll do the same math. We'll say C, D, E, F, G. What were we at? 15, 10, 15, 25, and 20. Right? You would add all that up. It becomes 85. But instead of multiplying by 10, as we did the previous problem, we're going to go by 50. 50 is your space in between your lines. So 85 times 50 is 4250. So 4,250 square feet. So I hope that clears some of it up. If this video goes well, and I hope it does, I'll shoot you some emails. I'll try to post it today. Then I'll shoot an announcement or an email to see if you guys got it and get that back to me by like Wednesday or something like that so I know if this is going good. If it's going good, we'll go into the modified offset method, which is a little bit more complicated, not too much, and we will do some volume, but the volume is just going to be basic volume area. And the majority of our course will be concentrating on fertilizer problems, how many bags fertilizer you use, percentage of nitrogen, sprayer calibrations, calculations, stuff like that, stuff that you actually use more so in the real world. But we'll work out some word problems and we'll start very basic, very easy, and then we'll progress from there. All right, guys, let me know how this went and look forward to doing it again if it works well. All right, thanks.